The day we became one. The sky over New York split open at 8:13 Greenwich Mean Time. Not clouds, metal. Hundreds of colossal shapes emerged from nothingness, shimmering as their cloaking fields failed. The Zirath Dominion had arrived. Every capital on Earth saw the same thing. Beijing, London, Lagos, Sao Paulo, Sydney. Each city was shadowed by a different warship, their hulls bristling with weapons humanity had no name for. The broadcast came next. A single, cold voice translated into every human language. This planet is now property of the Zirath Dominion. Surrender your governments. Submit your armies. Resist, and you will be erased. Before the last syllable faded, the first strikes began. Washington's Pentagon dissolved into fire. Naval fleets burned in their harbors. Satellites vanished in pinpricks of white light. On the floor of the United Nations, chaos erupted. Delegates shouted in dozens of languages. Old rivalries flared instantly, until the chamber doors slammed shut and Secretary General Ibrahim Khan stood, his voice carrying over the uproar. Enough, he said. Today, we are not Americans or Chinese or Russians. We are not Muslim, Christian, atheist. We are human, and if we do not stand as one, we will not stand at all. Silence. Then, one by one, every head of state signed the hastily prepared unity accords. Centuries of borders dissolved in an hour. The Earth Union Council was born. Outside, the world mobilized. Military command centers linked into a single network. Engineers from rival nations shared schematics in real time. Factories switched from civilian goods to weapons production without waiting for orders. In a war room deep beneath Geneva, Admiral Sarah Kepler studied the enemy formations on a flickering hologram. They expect a divided defense, she said to the assembled generals and scientists. We're going to give them something else entirely. The Dominion's orbital scans showed strange activity. Warships of mixed origin assembling in low orbit, old Cold War missile silos reopening, power grids rerouted to experimental facilities. In orbit above Earth, the Dominion's sector commander watched it all and frowned. Their coordination is anomalous. Increased surveillance. On the ground, Khan prepared his first address as Chancellor of Earth. Broadcast relays were patched into every surviving network. The speech reached miners in Siberia, children in Nairobi, farmers in Brazil. People of Earth, he began, we face an enemy that believes unity is weakness. Today, we prove them wrong. We are one people, one planet, one will, and to the galaxy, hear this well, we will never kneel. The words echoed far beyond Earth. Somewhere in the dark, other oppressed worlds heard them and felt a spark. The Zirath Dominion had come expecting conquest. What they had found was something they had never seen before, an entire species, united in defiance. And humanity was just getting started. The Forge of Unity. The Unity Accords had been signed for less than 24 hours, and already the world was unrecognizable. Civilian airliners were grounded, their engines stripped for use in experimental fighters. Stadiums became training camps. Cargo ships were gutted and refitted with missile batteries. In the megafactories of Shenzhen, American engineers stood shoulder to shoulder with Chinese machinists, arguing in the same breath about torque tolerances and sharing coffee. In Detroit, Russian metallurgists advised local steelworkers on how to forge hull plating strong enough to shrug off Dominion plasma bolts. Every continent became a gear in the same grinding machine. Deep in the Andean highlands, a captured Dominion scout craft lay on an improvised landing pad, surrounded by scientists from 30 nations. Dr. Lian Zhu ran her hands over the alien alloy. It's grown, not forged, she murmured. But we can work with it. Within hours, human engineers had welded crude but functional weapons to its frame, ugly, but deadly. Admiral Kepler oversaw the fleet assembly in Earth's low orbit. Ships of every design, sleek Japanese interceptors, bulky American carriers, nimble Indian corvettes, were being fitted with scavenged Dominion tech. It was an ugly patchwork, but the Admiral smiled. Perfect, she said. They won't know what to expect. The enemy noticed. Dominion surveillance drones zipped through Earth skies, invisible to the naked eye but not to the new global defense grid. In Karachi, A drone was caught in an electromagnetic net and dragged down to a stadium-turned lab. The data it carried told a grim truth. The Dominion was preparing a larger assault fleet. In the underground headquarters in Geneva, Chancellor Khan addressed the Earth Union Council. "They will hit us before we're ready. We must be ready anyway." His words were not just rhetoric. Intelligence agencies that once guarded secrets from one another now pooled every byte of data. Former rivals shared nuclear codes for coordinated planetary defense. Cyber warfare teams struck back at Dominion comms, planting false signals to confuse their fleet movements. One such deception, Operation Mirror, sent a fake broadcast claiming Earth's orbital shipyards had suffered catastrophic failures. The Dominion fleet slowed its approach, buying Earth precious days. In those days, the first Vigilance-class destroyer rolled out from orbit over Cape Canaveral. The launch ceremony was brief. Kepler's voice crackled over every comm. "This ship carries the colors of every nation on Earth. Its hull is built from your steel, your hands, your hope. This is not just a vessel. It is our answer." The Dominion sector commander watched the launch through stolen feeds. "Primitive construction," he sneered, though his claws tapped the armrest. Yet, defiance. By week's end, Earth's ragged fleet numbered in the dozens. Under the black void of space, they waited. Engines burned. Weapons charged. The Dominion fleet was coming. And for the first time in history, humanity would meet the enemy as one. The first blow. The Dominion fleet arrived without ceremony, just the sudden bloom of a dozen warp gates above Earth's orbit. They came in perfect formation, 30 warships in an arrowhead, their hulls black as obsidian and weapons arrays glowing cold blue. The lead vessel dwarfed even Earth's largest carriers. On the bridge of the EUS Resolute, Admiral Sarah Kepler studied the tactical display. Her crew was a patchwork of accents and uniforms, a microcosm of the new Earth. "They'll expect us to stand still and be crushed," she said. "So we won't." The battle began before the Dominion could even demand surrender. From the dark side of the moon, a swarm of drone fighters launched, tiny, unmanned, and bristling with explosives. They streaked toward the Dominion's front line, detonating in blinding bursts. The Dominion's formations didn't falter. Their doctrine was rigid: return fire, maintain formation, press forward. That was exactly what Kepler had counted on. "Execute Phase 2, she ordered. Half the human fleet appeared to break and flee, scattering in chaotic arcs. Dominion captains saw cowardice and gave chase. They didn't see the minefields, clusters of repurposed fusion cores rigged to detonate when ships passed through. 2 Dominion cruisers vanished in incandescent blossoms of light. The Atlas, an aging American carrier now crewed by a mix of Brazilians and Poles, limped toward the enemy dreadnought, its engines burning too hot. Over comms, Captain Marta Kowalska's voice was calm. "We'll open the gap for you. Give them hell." The Atlas rammed the dreadnought head-on. Both ships vanished in a rolling fireball that shattered Dominion formation discipline. Now Kepler struck. Human corvettes dove in close, using unpredictable strafing runs. Frigates released magnetic pulse bombs that shorted Dominion shields for precious seconds, long enough for mass drivers to punch through their armor. On the Dominion flagship, Sector Commander Vika snarled. "They fight like chaos given form. There is no pattern, no logic." That was the point. The battle raged for hours. When the Dominion finally broke off, leaving behind 9 shattered warships and thousands of their dead, Kepler's voice carried across every surviving comm channel. "This is Admiral Kepler of the Earth Union Fleet. To every world that hears this, we are not your subjects. We are your example." Across the galaxy, that message spread. On mining worlds, slaves whispered it in the dark. In Dominion prisons, rebels carved the words into their cell walls. Earth had not just survived its first united battle, it had humiliated an empire. And somewhere deep in Dominion space, sparks of rebellion began to catch fire. The galaxy shattered. The Dominion retreat had been unthinkable, but the shockwave it sent through the galaxy was even greater. On distant mining moons, Laboris rose up with stolen tools. In the gas harvesting stations of Vika's own sector, overseers found their crews gone, ships stolen, comm towers sabotaged. And everywhere, one message repeated in dozens of tongues: "We are not your subjects. We are your example." Within weeks, rebel envoys arrived in Earth orbit. Some came in battered freighters, others in stolen Dominion skiffs. Kepler met them in the newly constructed Alliance Hall, its walls hung with the flags of alien worlds and every human nation. They brought stories of centuries of oppression, of entire species reduced to resources. And they brought a request: teach us how to fight like you. Earth agreed without hesitation. Factories that once made tanks now built weapons for alien allies. Human instructors trained amphibian warriors from the ocean marsh worlds in guerrilla tactics. Martian-born engineers, already a new breed of humanity, helped insectoid allies retrofit their hives into underground command bunkers. The Free World's Armada was born, a patchwork of vessels from dozens of worlds, all flying under the banner Earth had stitched together. The campaign began at the fringes. Strike teams liberated prison colonies. Raiding flotillas cut supply lines. Kepler's fleet became the hammer, striking at the Dominion's strongest fleets while smaller rebel cells splintered their reach. But the true goal was always the same: the heart of the Empire. The final assault came on the crimson world of Zerath Prime. The Dominion's capital was a fortress planet, ringed by defense platforms and a fleet that blotted out the stars. In the command chamber of the Resolute, Kepler surveyed the armada around her. "They see us as invaders," she told her captains. "They are wrong. We're here to end their war on the galaxy." The battle was the largest in recorded history. Human and alien ships fought in swirling, chaotic patterns the Dominion could not predict. On the ground, Chancellor Khan led the diplomatic wing, not with weapons, but with live broadcasts to every Dominion world, promising freedom for those who surrendered and trial for those who clung to tyranny. When the Imperial Palace finally fell, Vika himself was dragged before the gathered leaders of the free worlds. His surrender was broadcast to billions. The Pact of Liberation was signed that day, dissolving the Dominion and guaranteeing sovereignty to every world it had enslaved. Earth did not claim a single planet. Instead, Khan announced the formation of the Free Worlds Alliance, with Earth as one member among many, a council built not on conquest, but on shared defense. That night, under alien skies, Kepler looked up at constellations she had never seen before. "We didn't just win," she said quietly. "We gave the galaxy back to itself." And in every corner of the stars, from frozen moons to sunlit oceans, the same thought echoed: Earth united. The galaxy shattered.